Ladies and gentlemen, you'll never believe this, but the guy who made a video claiming the attacks on the World Trade Centers were holograms still believes they were holograms. Despite the 3D model I made to explain the lighting conditions that have confused him, despite my lesson on interlaced footage, despite the emergence of what appears to be the original uncorrupted footage of the potentially corrupted archival copy he is using to promote this theory, and despite the mathematical proof I provided during a debate with him that the allegedly tiny rubble pile he relies on for his theory isn't tiny, he is still going. To be fair, I'm not exactly shocked. You have to be real good at ignoring information to believe the 9/11 attacks were a hologram. I mean, he's a math channel. He has to be intentionally avoiding that high school level math, right? Regardless, why am I still addressing this, even though I know my facts won't affect his faith? Because this is a very easy thing to debunk, and it gives me an opportunity to teach you all about the magic of digital compression. See, digital image and video files can get pretty large, and there are ways to reduce their size without, in theory, significantly impacting their quality. We see this all the time in every streaming service ever. For example, this is an image from a 1080p video of a hockey game between the Seattle Krakens and the Montreal Canadiens. If this video is compressed to, 144p, we get this. What the HE double hockey sticks? There are no hockey sticks! They're not visible! This must suggest the puck also does not exist, and the net is moved by a directed energy weapon to make it appear as if the puck is striking the net. And we can see, clearly, a white orb near this player's foot, which is obviously evidence of electromagnetic interference. The games are fixed beforehand! Wake up, sheeple! Obviously, I'm being facetious, but that's how you sound to me when you say the planes were holograms because the wings disappear. But how does compression work? There are many ways it can be done, but let's stick to using JPEGs and PNGs as our examples. Both are images made out of pixels. When you save an image as a PNG, it uses a lossless compression algorithm, which means the exact data of each individual pixel, to include color values and location within the image, is saved. You can save it as a PNG over and over and over again, and the last copy will look the same as the first copy. JPEGs, on the other hand, use a lossy compression algorithm. When you save an image, the algorithm will take pixels that are a similar color and shift them to one color, reducing the amount of data that needs to be saved without making an obvious difference to the quality. This makes the file sizes much smaller, but they are also lower quality. And if you save an image as a JPEG over and over and over again, the last copy will look very different from the original copy. Well, if you do it enough. Let's use this image as an example. By the original Conspiracist logic, the fact that this face of this building blends into this face of this tower, making it impossible to distinguish the building's face from its background, must mean that this building is a hologram, which it of course isn't. The reality is that the sensor of the camera taking this photo, combined with the camera's shutter speed, ISO, f-stop, and other relevant settings, can't distinguish between the color of the two buildings' faces. But we, of course, can still see the wing, something that, once again, kills the hologram theory if the hologram theory is suggesting that the wing disappears. However, if we run this photo through compression software to intentionally degrade the image's quality, we get this. That's no wing. That's saran wrap. Transparent. Streaming out of the right side of the plane, piling up on the bottom left of the image. I mean, that couldn't be less plausible than a cold-directed energy weapon finishing off the job of a missile, right? Obviously, I am once again being facetious, but this started as a pretty high-quality image before I subjected it to compression Armageddon. I've tried to explain this to the Conspiracist, but they've been playing the game of choosing to use a video that is known to be a copy of the original while ignoring any facts I present. So, let's use that footage in our next lesson. The footage in question was taken by Luke Corshane. It is a copy that was obtained and maintained by Radio Canada. It has been deinterlaced, which will cause a reduction in the quality. The color of the left wing blends into the color of the building, making it difficult to see. If you've ever heard of camouflage, you're already familiar with what is happening here. For the Conspiracist, if you need me to explain how camouflage works, I can easily do that as well. It will be somewhere along the lines of, eyeballs sometimes have trouble telling similar colors apart. But let's not get distracted yet. We can see that the right wing is visible against the white cloud. The quality on YouTube is 1080p, which, just to be clear, does not mean the quality of the video that is shown here is actually 1080p. But that's an entirely different conversation, which was actually addressed in an earlier video. But just like with the hockey video, if we reduce the quality to 144p, wow, there's no wing. Almost as if quality and compression play a role in all of this. It's so crazy. That is all I have for you today. And as a reminder, I have no intention of being excessively polite to those in my comments who think the 9/11 attacks were actually a hologram. This video is not monetized, so please feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment to support my sassy science lessons. And of course, until the next time, be good, stay safe.